Right, so here's my my video on the bulking part with the 8-hour diet thing. Now, I did a little bit of research on the internet and they were saying that you should be eating 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight. So I did a little bit of calculations and that, and I found out that I need to be eating about 200 grams of protein. Now, again, as I said in the last video, I'm always learning. I believe that no one ever knows 100% of everything. There's always a certain aspect that one person doesn't know about, or that someone doesn't know about. Now, I'm honest. I'm always honest with you in these videos. And what I was doing was I realized that I need to be eating 200 grams of protein. However, what I later on found out with by talking to some of my bodybuilding mates, where they were saying that in actual fact you need 1 gram of protein for every lean pound of body mass you have. So that would have brought my protein requirements down to about something like 170, 160, I believe. Again, I'm not the smartest guy, so the calculations, the percentages and all that doesn't float with me, you know what I mean? But so coming back to what I actually did, right? Not what I found out, but what I actually did. I was eating 200 grams of protein. Now, I wanted to bulk, and in order to do that, I was eating about, I was aiming to eat about 2,000 to about 3,000 worth of calories, and we're not talking about the good calories. I'm not talking about, you know, your Big Macs and your chicken and chips and your kebabs and whatever, all the fun calories, you know. We're talking about, there was a lot of protein, a lot of brown rice, a lot of vegetables, you know, all the kind of boring, bland stuff, you know, that you would normally expect to eat when you're training. Again, when you read up about the 8-hour diet, they say you can eat anything, but I thought that was a whole load of bull, you know. I don't believe in that, because if you continue like that, I'm sure you're gonna have some kind of health problems later on down the line. So regarding my bulking, what I was aiming to do was, I knew, okay, at the time, right, not with the new knowledge I have now, but I knew at the time, okay, 200 grams of protein. So every day I would work out what I was going to eat. Every morning before 2 p.m, which is when I opened my fast, which is the opening of the window for the 8 hours. Before 2 p.m, I would work out, okay, boom, 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 this is what I'm eating, this is how much calories is in it, and I planned it out on a daily basis and made sure I hit 200 grams of protein. I think the minimum that I went to was about some days I was saying about 190 grams of protein. There was a lot of fish, a lot of chicken, you know, and a lot of vegetables. I was eating a lot of vegetables with that, and as I said, I was building up to about 2,000 to about 3,000 worth of calories. Now, what I found is, while I took pictures, you know, a couple weeks before and after, and I realized that what happened was I was actually losing my gut. I was losing, because I've still got a bit of a gut, you know. I was still losing fat, and I was actually gaining a good bit of muscle. And as I said in the last video, I weighed myself and I was still 16.5 stone. So surely something had changed, you know. I really didn't look the same as I did when I finished the GNC body competition. But with the picture, you can see very slight that, you know, I gained more, there was more definition, there was a bit more muscle, and of course the fat was a little less. So yeah, so it was 200 grams of protein. I was hitting 2,000 calories, sometimes 3,000 calories. Yeah, and my supplements regarding the bulking stage, I was having my whey protein. I was drinking a bit more than normal just to make up that the amount of protein that I needed. I was drinking about 3 to 4 protein shakes a day. I had my creatine. I no longer take glutamine just because I don't really feel the benefits of it, and it didn't seem to work for me personally. And I've been off the glutamine for, well, since the GNC body transformation competition. So that's about 2 months now, and to be very honest with you, I haven't felt any different. I haven't seen any difference from being on it or off it. So I personally is taking it off. I'm not saying that you should take glutamine out. Maybe it works for you, maybe there's benefits for you, but it just didn't work for me personally. So regarding supplements, I had my whey protein, my creatine, I was taking my omega fish oils and my multivitamins, and yeah, that's all for supplements. Yeah, and I basically did the whole bulking thing for about 2 months, and I mean, it wasn't a dramatic change. It's not something that you look and it's like, wow, you know what I mean, you look totally different, but it's very small change that, when I post a picture up, people can see, okay, boom, well, you look a bit more rounded, a bit more flat, a bit more fatty in this picture. However, in this one, you've got a bit more muscle. You can see the shoulders, you can see the arms a bit more, the chest, the stomach's gone in a bit, and all of that. It's very slight details, and this is the reason I like to take pictures, because pictures don't lie. It's one of the best ways to find out if you're making gains or not, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was my bulking. 200 grams of protein, 2,000 to 3,000 worth of calories, good calories, healthy calories, not the bad ones. And I was using the 8-hour diet again, which is you have 8 hours where you eat and you fast for 16 hours. As I said in the last video, within the fasted state, within the 16 hours, I was only drinking black coffee, no sugars, green tea, and water. So that's it for the bulking part of the dieting that I've just actually come off week and a half ago. And as I said, the scales are still showing 16 stone 7 pounds. So let's see what happens in the next video. I'll show you what's happened now that I'm on the stripping diet. Okay, right, see you later.